It's playoff time in Section 6, Class 5A, as the quarterfinal set to kick off here from Panther Stadium. Tonight, Spring Lake Park, the third seed in Section 6, host the number 6 Buffalo Bison. Welcome them to Spring Lake Park. Good evening, everyone. Bill Hupp alongside my cameraman, Jeremy Millington. Thank you for joining us for high school football on North Metro TV. Buffalo won the toss and chose to receive in the second half. They deferred, so the Panthers will get it first, and they take it from the 18-yard line, returned out across the 30, out to the 32-yard line, and that's where Spring Lake Park will take over, 1st and 10. Panthers come in, as we said, the third seed behind the second-seeded Park Center and the top seed Rogers. They come in with a record of 6-2 on the season, and winners of 2 straight, 55-7 over Tartan and 27-7 here at home to Robbinsdale Armstrong. So the Panthers feeling good about the kind of football they're playing, and they start with it 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Braden Talso under center, turns and gives. First man through is Nate Litke, and he breaks a couple tackles, a good gain of 9 on first down. As Litke picks up a good gain on first down and makes it 2nd and short from the 41-yard line. Bison come in ranked or seated 6th in the section, 2-6 on the season, but they've had some close losses. They've played a tough schedule, so that's a deceptive record. So now Talso under center, and he bobbles the snap. He'll pick it up and charge forward and pick up first down yardage out across the 42, so a gain about 1.5 yards, moves the chains for Spring Lake Park.
Brings up another Panther.
Thought a gain of 2 out to the 42-yard line. Trips to the near side. And Talso again under center. Throws it. And blown up. Beautiful tackle on the play made by Carter Jackson, the senior cornerback. The corner is the strength of this Bison defense. So the first passing play is complete to Aaron Clausen, but he's immediately tackled for no gain. Antonio Blewett, another cornerback for this Bison team, an outstanding basketball player. And in his first season playing football, he's got 23 tackles, and he leads the team with 5 interceptions. Give to the first man through, and that's Braden Comer, who gets it out near midfield to the 49-yard line, a pickup of 6. So you'll see a lot of tailbacks featured tonight. Comer and Aaron Clausen.
That brings up 3rd down and 3 from the 39.
Braden Talso is actually leading the team with 85 carries on the season. So the Panthers near midfield, 3rd and 3 from the 49-yard line. Talso gives it to Litke around right end. Litke into the second level, breaking tackles into Bison territory as he picks up first down yardage. It's a run of 10 on 3rd down for Nate Litke. So he's got 2 carries for 19 yards. Move the chains once more for Spring Lake Park. Very methodical offense, this Panthers attack. Obviously ground-based, veer option. As this time, Talso is from the shotgun. Takes and gives. First man through, and it's a gain of a couple out to the 41.
Litke with the carry for the Panthers.
Litke gets the call again there. Pickup of 2. Spotted at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, 2 makes it 2nd down and 8 from the 39.
Twin tandem tailbacks behind Talso, who goes under center this time. He takes, gives the first man through. It's Litke again. Inside the 35 down to about the 33, so a gain of 6. And Nick Litke is being featured heavily in the early going Fourth carry of the drive, 27 yards so far for Litke. Brings up another third down, 3rd and 2, but this is kind of manageable third down that Spring Lake Park doesn't mind. Talso this time will keep it himself. He follows the blocking of Clausen. First down yardage inside the 30 down to the 28. So Braden Talso with a pickup of 5, 3rd rushing first down of the drive. A drive that began at their own 32-yard line and one that's already taken up 4 minutes and 10 seconds of clock. This is what Spring Lake Park does, just kind of wears on you. .7:42 and counting to go, first quarter. Panthers driving with the opening kickoff. Talso again follows his blockers, pushing the pile inside the 25 before he's stopped there. Tackled by Noah Carls, but not before another pickup of right around 5 down to the 23.
Gain of 5. Makes it 2nd down and 5 from the 23.
Again, this is what Spring Lake Park does. They just grind you down, 4 yards here, 3 yards there, and before you know it, they've chewed up half the quarter and they've scored. Talso gives the first man through. I believe that's Clausen who gets
the carry for the Panthers.
No, it's Comer, I beg your pardon, and he gets it down inside the red zone, just shy of the first down. Down to the 19, a pickup of 4. So 3rd and call it about a half yard. Receivers split right and left for Braden Talso, who goes under center. On the option, Talso gets hit, but he pitches it around the left edge and knocked out of bounds. Aaron Clausen inside the 10-yard line, knocked out at the 8. And a good pickup of 11. As Clausen gets it down to the 8, 1st and goal. Talso, first man through is Clausen, and he falls forward. Ankle tackled there by Owen Herbst. But not he before he gets down to the 5-yard line, a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 5. Clausen and Comer, the tail of the tandem. Give to Comer, and this time Comer is stacked up, and they took it away from him, and racing back the other way is Owen Herbst. And they are not gonna catch him. It's a 97-yard touchdown. An unbelievable play as Herbst just ripped it out from Clausen's arms at the 3 and took it back 97 yards for the touchdown. Spring Lake Park was on the doorstep, and Owen Herbst made a game-changing play. Unbelievable. A 97-yard strip and score for Owen Herbst of the Buffalo Bison. And the crowd here at Panther Stadium is stunned. They had not blown the play dead. Herbst just came in and tore it out of the arms of Braden Comer. And that was that. No one caught him after that. It was unbelievable. What a play. Eastman Eason on to attempt the extra point. He's 11 of 14 this season. Out of the hold of their quarterback, Evan Sefker. And it's good. He splits the uprights, and just like that, the Bison have a 7-0 lead here on the road in the playoffs. What a play. A defensive touchdown 7-0. Spring Lake Park trails. Obviously, the Panthers will get the football back. They were marching it right down Main Street. 4 rushing first downs on that drive. How will the Panthers respond now after that stunning play by Owen Herbst? Herbst is a tailback as well as a linebacker. 40 tackles and 5 TFLs on the season, but what a play by him. So Eason has it teed up now at the 40-yard line. The Panthers will get it back for their second drive of the game, trailing 7-0. A little squib kick. That's a touchback.
Touchback.
Bison take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Spring Lake Park will take over 1st down and 10 from their own 20.
Talso takes, gonna keep it himself, and he gets out near the 25, a pickup of 4 on 1st down.
Talso with the carry for the Panthers. Herbst with the tackle for Buffalo.
And Herbst, just after he had made that incredible play, makes the tackle for the Bison. Again, Talso gives it to the first man through, and he falls forward for 3.
With the carry for the Panthers.
As Nick Ogile gets his first carry of the game. Now that's 5 running backs that have toted the rock for Spring Lake Park.
3rd down and 4 from the 26.
Brings up 3rd and 4 from the 26. And I believe Buffalo jumped. And if they did, that'll be a 1st down for the Panthers. Yep. Neutral zone infraction on Buffalo, so move the chains and march it past the 30 to the 32. First penalty of the game on either team. 4:36 and counting to go, 1st quarter. Spring Lake Park with the football trailing 7-0. Send a man in motion, and it hits off Mikey C, and he's got a fall on it. It's a loss of a couple back to the 29. Thankfully, Spring Lake Park already got a 1st down. It's actually, a loss of 4 back to the 28. But just a poor communication or execution for Spring Lake Park on that play. C was going in motion, and they snapped it back, and it hit him, and he had to fall on it. Makes it 2nd and 14 from the 28. Talso gives on the stretch play, and a great job blowing the play up right there. Matt Barter gets into the backfield and roped down Nate Litke for a loss of 4, beg your pardon, back to the 24. So the Panthers now going in the wrong direction. Third and 18, not a situation they find themselves comfortable in. Ogile and Litke in the backfield. A little hitch and go, miscommunication, and they're lucky that didn't get intercepted. The only player that was close to it was Carter Jackson. And Buffalo, after a huge defensive touchdown on the opening drive, forces the 3 and out. Carter Jackson retreats back to his own 29-yard line to take this kick. Caden Carson standing at his own 12-yard line. High snap, but he gets the punt away. Jackson watches it bounce, and then he'll chase after it. Finally touched up at the 29-yard line, but a good punt to flip the field. So after a disappointing offensive series, first time we'll see Spring Lake Park's defense on the field. Bison take over, 1st and 10 from their own 29. They're missing Danny Phillips, who got the lion's share of their carries. He had 157 carries for 643 and 3 touchdowns. So they'll turn to a couple of sophomores in Trenton Radloff and Jack Griffith to do the work on the ground tonight. Also wouldn't mind passing, but it's sack on 1st down, and it's Nick O'Gile. O'Gile, his 4th and a half sack of the season, as he tackles quarterback Evan Siefker back at the 26-yard line for a loss of 3. Big play, as be interesting to see with the leading tailback out if Buffalo goes to the air. 2 receivers right and left. Back to pass, airing it out down the field. And it is out of the hands, knocked away at the last second. Well defended by Owen Spencer. They were going for Carson Giddings down the sideline, but a nice recovery on that play by Spencer to knock it away. So that makes it 3rd and 13 from the 26 now. Panthers defense would love to force a 3 and out on 1st down. 2:15 left in the 1st quarter. Siefker back to pass, throws, hits Giddings this time. No, he doesn't actually. Looked to be an easy pitch and catch, but Giddings took his eye off it, and Buffalo is forced to punt. 3 and out forced by the Spring Lake Park defense.
Mikey Say back deep for the Panthers.
Mikey Say back deep for Spring Lake Park, standing at his own 45. And a guy who seems to do everything for this Bison team, Carter Jackson, standing back, and now we've got a penalty flag coming in. I'm not sure if this is a delay of game. It is. Or a substitution infraction. Second penalty of the quarter on the Bison. So this should leave the Panthers with excellent field position as Say awaits the punt right around midfield. Penalty flag comes in again. Say watches it bounce, and it stops at about the 49, but we'll see what the penalty flag is. It may require Buffalo to re-kick. As the ref comes over to consult with head coach John Stewart, see what Stewart wants to do. And indeed, we are going to re-kick it. Obviously want to give a dynamic player like Mikey Say the chance to return this punt. Another 5-yard infraction. Jackson will now be punting this from the shadow of his end zone at the 2. Say watches it bounce at the 44, and the result ends up being roughly the same, as it's down at the 46-yard line of Buffalo, and that's where Spring Lake Park will take over with their 3rd drive of the game. First one ended in a turnover. Second one is actually, they're going to say it hit a Bison at the 43, so that's even better for Spring Lake Park.
Ball's down at the 43. Panthers will take over.
43-yard line, the spot of the football, 1:53 to go in the quarter. 7-0 Panthers trail in the early going. Tauso gives to Aaron Clausen. Clausen stacked up and driven back.
Clausen with the carry for the Panthers.
Matt Barter, among others, on the stop, along with Noah Carls.
Barter with the tackle for the Bison.
Give him a gain of 1 down to the 42. quarter in which the Panthers trail but have had the football for the lion's share of the period. On the option, pitch it outside, and a great job coming up to make the stop again by Carter Jackson. This time taking out Nick O'Gile after a short gain. Actually, it's a loss back to the 43, so a loss of 1 on that play. O'Gile's a big boy, so Carter sticking his nose in to make the stop. I don't know. SLP might have trouble running to the edges against this athletic Buffalo defense. 3rd and 10 from the 43. Talso back to pass. He's got Litke out as a blocker. Being chased, throws to the sticks, and the catch is made at the 30. A nice little pitch and catch to Mikey Say for 13, down to the 30, and it's a first down for Spring Lake Park. They trail in this football game, but they've got 5 first downs to Buffalo's none. Little pitch and catch of 13. Should be the last play of the quarter here, 9 seconds to go. Back to pass on the jet sweep, trying to get to the edge, and a great job again. Coming up to make the tackle on Litke is Caden Euchre, the senior safety, and he makes the stop after a gain of just 1. So, Spring Lake Park has the football deep in Buffalo territory, trailing 7-0. This is high school football on North Metro TV.
Pass intended for Comer falls incomplete. O'Gile with the carry for the Panthers. Margaret with the tackle for Buffalo. That brings up 4th down and 4. O'Gile with the carry for the Panthers. Result of the play is a turnover and downs. Jackson Smith with the tackle. With the carry for the Buffalo. Shaw with the tackle for the Panthers.
And we apologize for the technical difficulties back here at Panthers Stadium. 3rd and 1 from the 36, and Panthers appear to have stopped them short. They needed to reach the 37, stopped at the 36.
First with the carry from the Bison. That brings up 4th down and 1 on the 36.
Trenton Radloff out there as it's 4th and 1 from the 36. Big call here to go for it. Pitch outside to Radloff. He's got the first down and more. Down the left sideline before he's chased out of bounds by Trayvon McMiller. Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A big gain of 24 yards on 4th and 1. So Radloff, after a minimal gain on his first carry, gets it down into Spring Lake Park territory at the 40. Panthers trail at 7-0. Bison just picked up their first down of the game. Don't have an official time of possession stat, but certainly Spring Lake Park has had the football for most of the game. Pitch outside, and this time the Panthers are equal to it. Blowing up the play in the backfield as Caden Euchre couldn't go anywhere. Excellent job by Nick Ogile and Caden Carson rallying to the football. A loss of 3 back to the 43. .8:45 to go before half. 2nd and 13 now for Buffalo. Euchre remains the tailback right behind Siefker. Back to pass. He'll throw it out of the backfield, and a good job again rallying to the football. Nice stop on the play made by Nathaniel Winiger. It's a 3rd and 8 from the 38 after that pickup of 6.
That makes it 3rd down and 8 from the 38.
So Caden Euchre clearly going to be a featured target with Amy Phillips hobbled. Sefker, 3-step drop. Looking right, throwing right. It's caught at the sticks, and no, it's not. I'm going to say that Jackson couldn't haul it in, so it's an incomplete pass, and now Buffalo again kind of in no man's land. Obviously too far to kick a field goal. They could try to pin the Panthers deep, but they're going to go for it, it looks like, on 4th down. 4th and 8 from the 38. Snap back to Sefker. 3-step drop, looking left, throwing the crossing route, and it's joggled and dropped. In and out of the hands of the intended target as he was going for Will Poole crossing. The 6'4" wide receiver couldn't hang on, and it's a turnover on downs as Spring Lake Park will get this football back.
Spring Lake Park will take over.
Take over 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Plenty of time second quarter, 7:45 to go. Turn and give, breaking tackles into the 2nd level. Aaron Clausen across midfield. 1st down rush down to the 48 of the Bison. A gain of 14 on 1st down.
Another Panther.
4 carries, 29 yards for Aaron Clausen in this first half. Tauso will run the option. He'll keep it himself. And he is stuffed right there. Tried to cut it upfield, and big Cody Curtis came in with 7 TFLs and 3 sacks. The sophomore nose tackle stuffed him right at the line.
Second down and 10.
Makes it 2nd down and 10 from the Bison's 48-yard line. Spring Lake Park finding the going tough offensively in this first half rather. Talso gives to Comer for a couple down to the 46.
Comer with the carry for the Panthers. Hansen with the tackle for the Bison.
Just 3 attempted passes in the early going for Spring Lake Park. 3rd and 8 now from the 46. 6:20 and counting to go, second quarter. Talso rolling right, trying to set up the screen, and it's dropped. Litke had it and dropped it, took his eyes off it as he was looking to run, and they're going to opt to pin the Bison deep with a punt as Caden Carson trots on. Buffalo wary of the fake, not sending anyone back deep to receive. Low snap, but Carson gets the punt away. It'll bound and take a Buffalo roll. And it'll be stopped up, but it was first touched at the 17, so that's where Buffalo will take over 1st and 10. The Bison turned it over on downs the last time they had it. Just their 3rd possession of the first half. Evan Sefker, their quarterback, 74 carries, 284 yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground this season. Also a threat through the air. Sefker carries it, keeps it himself, trying to spin out of the tackle of Litke, but Ojile there to clean it up. And it's a sack as they get him back to the 16-yard line. So a nice job to rally to the football.
Loss of 2 makes it 2nd down and 12.
Loss of 2 makes it 2nd and 12. That'll be another half sack for Ojile. Pass to Jackson, and Jackson tackled down by Carson at the 20-yard line. A modest gain of 5 down to the 20, and so sets up 3rd and 7 rather for Buffalo. 5 minutes to go before half. Bison coming in with a record of 2-6 on the season, but they've tough losses to Monticello, Elk River, Andover, the top seed in Section 7. So they've played quite a good schedule. Sefker rolling right, eyes downfield. He's hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. Picked off. A great job of reading the play by Freddie Anthony. His 2nd interception of the season turns the football back over to Spring Lake Park. Anthony stepped in front of the interception, returns it to the 20, and the Panthers take over with their best field position of the night. And 4:32 on the clock. They've got all 3 timeouts to work with. As Braden Talso jogs back onto the field. The winner of tonight's game would face Park Center, the 2 seed in the section, on Saturday at 1 at Park Center. Comer and Clausen in there. Talso will keep it himself. Good gainer on 1st down. He's dragged down at the 12, but a nice pickup of 8. Noah Carls makes another stop. Easy to see why this guy's the leading tackler on this Bison team.
That makes it second down and 3 from the 13.
Give him 7 on that carry. This is the position that the Panthers want to be in, second and short, after a good pickup on first down. Talso gives it to Litke up the gut. He's ankle tackled right around the spot of the first down. I think they're going to mark him about half or a quarter yard short. So 3rd and inches now for Spring Lake Park.
Result of the play brings up 3rd down and 1.
Still plenty of time to work with, 3:30 and counting. Beautiful night for football here on the opening night of the section playoffs. Talso turns and gives to Ogile, and Ogile is flung down, but not before he picks up 3 and a first down.
Result of the play is another Panther.
So it's spotted at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal at the 9. Turn and give, and another short gain.
Ogile to carry for the Panthers.
Ogile between the tackles for a couple down to the 7. Spring Lake Park would love to end this first half with a touchdown, tie this football game up, and go into the halftime locker room with a bit of momentum. Turn and give to Litke, who dives. And Buffalo say they forced another fumble. And they did. It was a pile of players. The Panthers turn it over inside the 10 for the 2nd time in this first half. Buffalo's defense, opportunistic when it counts. They forced a turnover on the first drive of the game with a 3 and ran it back for a touchdown. This time, they take over at their own 5-yard line after forcing a fumble. Spring Lake Park doing what you can't do in playoff football, turn the ball over. It certainly will be a talking point at halftime. So the Bison take over with all 3 of their timeouts, a 7-0 lead and 2:17 left on the clock. Turn and give. Flung backwards by Jackson Smith. Trenton Radloff going nowhere. They'll give him a yard maybe out to the 6 or 2. Spring Lake Park, meanwhile, is going to use all 3 of its timeouts to try to get this ball back. If they can prevent Buffalo from picking up a first down, they should get the ball back in really good field position and force the Bison to punt from the shadow of their own goalposts. It's been a defensive tussle in this first half. The only score of the game, a 97-yard strip and score by Owen Herbst of the Bison. Tore it out of the hands of Braden Comer and raced back the distance. Panthers take their first time out of the half to try to save as much clock as they can. Obviously, they won't have timeouts when they get it back, but the Bison would love nothing more than to head to the locker rooms with a 7-0 lead. From the 7. Turn and give on the sweep. The jet sweep. Panthers rally to the football nicely as they stopped up Herbst, who again has plays both offense and defense. So that's going to force 3rd and long. Herbst able to get it.
Spring Lake Park.
Spring Lake Park will use its 2nd timeout. They spotted at the 9-yard line to make it 3rd and 6. Give you some scores from around the metro area in this opening night of playoff football. Apple Valley taking on defeating Bloomington Jefferson by a final of 27-13. Tartan on top of St. Paul Central 42-20. And we'll give you more scores as they become available. Mankato East and New Prague tied at 14. Chanhassen and Waconia scoreless in the first quarter. Third down here, 2:04 left to go before half. Panthers need a stop. High snap, Sefker up the gut, slips out of a tackle, and that's going to be enough. He'll get it across the 15 out to the 17 to move the chains. 8 on the gain by Sefker when he needed 6. So I can't imagine at that point Spring Lake Park's not going to use any more of its timeouts. Just a minute and a half left, second quarter. Sefker sends a man in motion. High snap, pulls it down. He's gang tackled after about a gain of a half yard. Out to the 18.
Ojal with the tackle for the Panthers.
Ojal makes the stop. He's got a sack and a half already today. But you're talking about a Panthers team that scored 55 on Tartan, 27 in a home win over Robbinsdale Armstrong, so pretty high-powered offense being held in check here tonight. 3-step drop, Sefker looks, he wants to throw it deep. He's got a man in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. He was going for Nick Munster-Steger. Makes it 3rd down and 9, and that pass play stops the clock with 47.5 seconds left. So we'll see if Buffalo decides to just run the football now and take as much time off this clock. That play broke down and Sefker decided to just do what he could with it. 2 receivers right and left. They'll just give in between the tackles, and again, Euchre stopped up by Kyrie Shaw. Stops the clock with 43 seconds left, so the Panthers will get the football, but not much left as the change of possession stops the clock. Mikey Say standing back around midfield. Things might have been different if SLP had just not given up that first down. Panthers defense not the problem in this first half. They've held the Bison to 2 rushing first downs, and that's it. But two turnovers inside their opponent's 10-yard line has been the story of the first half for SLP. And the Panthers very well may find themselves trailing by a touchdown at halftime. Say standing back at his own at the Buffalo 45. And that kick off the side of the foot of Carter Jackson. And so Spring Lake Park with 1 timeout and 38 seconds to go. Actually, the scoreboard saying no timeouts. So Spring Lake Park out of timeouts. They take over 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 38.
From the Buffalo 37.
Make that the 37. Talso, little play fake, hits Say. Flag comes flying in as Say makes the catch and ducks down at the 27-yard line. It looks like it's going to be on the Panthers. Untimely for their first penalty of the half. Ineligible
downfield on the Panthers.
Blocker downfield on the Panthers.
Injury timeout.
Now we've got an injury timeout as one of the Bison is down on the field being attended to. Two lost fumbles as Spring Lake Park was looking to finish drives, and that's clearly something that's been coached into this Bison team. So clearly the Panthers have to be stronger with the football in the second half. They've been able to move it, just have not been able to cash in with points. Play fake to Litke, throwing right, and it is out of bounds, nearly intercepted by Antonio Blewett as he was falling out of bounds at the 14-yard line. It would have been a spectacular pick, but ultimately the pass is intended for Mikey Say, incomplete. The incompletion stops the clock with 22 seconds to go. Maybe one or two more safe. Blewett cannot believe it. He could have sworn he got that football. It's a big body out there. It's his first year playing football, and Bemidji State has already offered him a scholarship. So pretty, tells you the athleticism of that young man. Talso play fake to Litke, thrown over the top, and it's incomplete. Carter Jackson defending on the play as he was trying to go up top for Clausen. That could have easily just as easily been picked off. So they'll have two more cracks at it. Brings up 3rd and 15 from the Buffalo 42-yard line. 16.4 seconds to go, second quarter. And if they turn it over on downs here, it'll be their fourth turnover of the first half, having turned it over on downs before already. Pressured, rolling to his left, Talso, and he's going to be sacked out of bounds. It's a big loss. Maybe should have gotten rid of that football. The clock is still running even though he's out of bounds, so they may have to.
After 1 half of play, your score.
Guess they're not going to reset it at all. So the sack ends the half. Spring Lake Park turns it over twice inside the Buffalo 10-yard line. And the Bison, despite picking up just 2 first downs in that first half, head to the locker room break with a 7-0 lead. You're watching high school football playoffs on North Metro TV.
Buffalo will receive the second half kickoff.
Buffalo Bison preparing to receive the second half kickoff as we are ready to get things going again here at Panther Stadium. Spring Lake Park finds itself trailing 7-0 after 1 half of play. A defensive touchdown, the only score of the game. Terrific play by linebacker Owen Herbst for Buffalo. Story of the first half for Spring Lake Park was 2 turnovers, 2 fumbles inside the 5-yard line of Buffalo. And that's why the Bison have a 7-0 lead as they take it from the 18-yard line. On the return, good coverage by Spring Lake Park. Bison will take over 1st and 10 from their own 23. It's a Bison offense that had more penalties than first downs in the first half. Just 2 in the first half. So the Panthers defense certainly coming to play. They forced a couple 3-and-outs for Buffalo. Quarterback Evan Sefker, the senior. From the 23 with Trenton Radloff to his left. Take and give to Radloff on first down, and he gets out across the 25 to the 26-yard line, a pickup of 3. Radloff just 2 carries for 6 yards in that first half. Ball at the 26-yard line as Radloff stands to the right of Sefker. Again the carry, and again the Panthers defense swarms to him, led by Kyrie Shaw and Nick Ogile. Seth Johnson also in on the stop. Loss of 1 back to the 25.
That makes it 3rd down and 8 from the 25.
Makes it 3rd and 8. Panthers, you know, are fired up coming in after that halftime talk from head coach John Stewart. Back to pass, Shefker trying to set up the screen. He lofts it out there, nearly intercepted. The only one in the vicinity was number 74, Big Cole Madsen. There is a penalty flag down, and it appears to be on Buffalo. But Spring Lake Park will, of course, decline that penalty and take the punt. Ineligible receiver downfield, that penalty's declined, sets up a 4th down. The Bison, of course, will punt it away from their own 25.
That brings up 4th down for Buffalo.
So the Panthers, as they did a couple times in that first half, should get the ball with really good field position. Like you say, standing back right at the Panthers' mouth at midfield. Carter Jackson takes the high snap, and he gets the punt away. Panthers were coming from it. Say comes up and makes the fair catch at midfield. So SLP indeed has really good field position. Ball security will be the name of the game for Spring Lake Park here in the second half. They proved they can move it on Buffalo, but they have to take care of the football when it matters most down near the goal line. Turn and give, first man through, up to the 40, down to the 45-yard line.
Comer with the carry for the Panthers.
Braden Comer gets the call. 4 carries, 11 rushes for Comer. Now it's Ogile and Litke, a couple bigger backs in there for Spring Lake Park. Talso turns and gives to Litke, slips out of a tackle. Good coverage there as Buffalo comes up, makes the stop. Caden Euchre playing safety, stops it up after a gain of 2. And it could have been worse, but able to step out of the initial rusher was Litke. Litke 7 carries for 24 yards. 3rd down, Talso up the gut. And again, they're gonna be short. Certainly a 2-down territory right here. As Litke once again,
with the carry for the Panthers.
a gain of 3 that time. We'll call it 2.
Result of the play is 4th down and 1 from the 41.
4th and 1 now from the 41 for Spring Lake Park. This usually is Nick Ogile territory. Crowd comes to life. Talso will sneak it himself inside the 40 down to the 39. He picked up 2, he needed 1.
Another Panther.
Again, the Panthers doing what they do on the ground. 6th rushing first down of the game. Using all 4 downs to pick up that first. Receivers right and left. Braden Talso under center, turns and gives to Ogile, running with a purpose down near the 35. Spot him at the 36.
Giddings is the tackle for Bison.
Giddings, who has played receiver some today, makes the stop for the Bison after that gain of 3. Turn and give to the first man through, and again, a good push by this offensive line. A gain of 5 on first down for Aaron Clausen.
Clausen with the carry for the Panthers.
Clausen picks up 5, makes it a manageable 3rd and 2 from the 31.
2 from the 31.
Ojaya with 5 carries. Talso with 7. Comer with 4. Clausen with 5. So they're really distributing it evenly among all these talented backs. Talso under center, gives to the first man through. Big hole! And a first down for Braden Comer as he falls forward all the way down to the 22. A gain of 9 and another first down. And the key, as we said, will be hanging on to that ball once it gets down around the goal line. Again, Litke and Ojile, the tailbacks. Turn and give to Ojile. He hops over one defender and he's stacked up at the 20 and driven back. But even when he doesn't do much with it, he still gets 3-4 yards of crack every time. Give him 4 on that one, down to the 19. 3rd time today Spring Lake Park has been inside the Buffalo red zone. Talso will follow the blocking of Ojile and pick his way down a couple yards down to the 17, maybe the 16. Buffalo, I mean, they've had the ball moved on them, but haven't really given that back-breaking touchdown run that most teams seem to against Spring Lake Park. They spot him at the 16, so it's 3rd and 3. 5:50 and counting in this 3rd quarter. Talso makes a move and gets it down as the flag comes in late. Talso, I believe, was going to be about a half-yard short of the first down, but the flag comes in, and it looks like it's against Spring Lake Park. Oh, tough penalty to take on 3rd and 3. Holding, first penalty of the game against Spring Lake Park at a critical time. And again, mistakes inside the red zone. It's a spot foul, so it marches it back to the 28-yard line. Ultimately a 12-yard penalty. 3rd and 15 now from the 28. And you figure this is 2-down territory unless SLP wants the points. They see what they decide to do. Under center. They'll keep it. Good little gainer out near the 20. And Say actually fell on it as Talso carried it down to about the 21-yard line. And he managed to pick up 8. So 4th down and 7 now. Spring Lake Park has turned it over on downs twice today. They've also fumbled it away twice. 4th and 7 from the 20. Talso turns, play fake to Litke on the screen, and it's intercepted! Picked off by Griffin. Back he goes. It'll be the 2nd defensive touchdown of the game for the Bison. Buffalo coming up big on defense. Carson Giddens stepped in front of that, and the Buffalo safety took it back all the way for the defensive score. Spring Lake Park left stunned on the sideline. Bison just making plays on defense. They haven't done much offensively today, but they haven't needed to. Every time Spring Lake Park gets into their red zone, they turn them away, and it's resulted in 2 defensive scores tonight. Eastman Eason on to add the extra point. 14-0 Bison. That drive took up most of the third quarter. It's 4:30 left. Spring Lake Park not valuing the football tonight. An interception and 2 fumbles in the red zone of Buffalo. And Spring Lake Park at home trailing by 2 touchdowns now. And Giddings just read that play. It was a play fake to Litke, and they tried to throw the slant. Giddings stepped in front of it, intercepted it, and he had a cadre of Bison to block for him as he returned it right around 85 yards for the touchdown. Eason on to kick it away. Spring Lake Park, despite the good field position, has not been able to take advantage. Defense and special teams the key tonight for Buffalo as Say gets swarmed under at about the 24. So now it's not hyperbole to say that the Panthers need points just about every possession they have now. We're late third quarter. They've been shut out to this point. Buffalo's defense stepping up and doing the job here on the road in the playoffs. Braden Talso goes under center. He gives to the first man through. And a pickup of 5 by Braden Comer.
Hanson with the tackle for the Buffalo.
Hanson makes the stop. Comer, 6 carries, 25 yards on his night. This time it's Litke getting the call, and a good job again coming down to make the play by Noah Carls. Carls, Jackson, Euchre, they've been the names we've called all night. The linebackers flowing to the football really well for Buffalo. It's a gain of just 1 to the 30. Turn and give again, and Litke stretching, and it looks like he got just enough for the first down.
Litke with the carry for the Panthers.
Indeed.
Result of the play is another Panther.
He needed 4, he got 4. 10 carries, 31 yards tonight for Nate Litke. They continue to shuffle the tailbacks in and out. They seem to really like to pair Litke with Ojai. Comer and Clausen in there now, and Comer gets the call on first down, and they'll give him a couple out to the 36.
Comer with the carry for the Panthers.
Especially when they need those tough yards, they like to go with Litke and Ojai. Brings up 2nd and 8 from the 36, but again, this is not the kind of offense where you can come back very easily because it's obviously a ball control, the veer option, a ball control kind of offense. Talso evades a defender. Nice move to get away from Matt Barter. Barter comes back to make the stop, but not before Talso gets all the way out to the 42. So a nice little pickup of 6 for Talso. Just nifty footwork by Braden Talso. 9 carries, 33 yards tonight for him. Another big third down coming up, 3rd and 2 from the 42. Talso will keep it around right end, and he goes through a big hole into the second level. Braden Talso An explosive play on third down. Give him 20 down to the Buffalo 36. They jumped on the first man through, and Talso tucked it and scampered through a big hole. And with just 1:20 to go third quarter, Spring Lake Park is once again on the move. But can they take care of the football down here? First man through between the tackles, and I believe that's Comer for 2 down to the 34.
For the Panthers.
Give him 3 to the 33.
Barter with the tackle for the placing.
I want to include Matt Barter in there. 49 tackles and a couple tackles for loss coming in. The senior linebacker has been everywhere tonight for Buffalo. Just 40 seconds left, so probably time for 1, maybe 2 more plays. 2nd and 7 from the 33. Give to Ogile, who falls forward down near the 29.
Ogile with the carry for the Panthers.
Gain of 4.
Result of the play makes it 3rd down and 3.
Crowd wanting Spring Lake Park to hurry it up a little more. 3rd and 3 from the 29 with 10 seconds remaining third quarter. So this will be the last play of the quarter. Talso turns. He'll keep it, follow his blockers. He's swallowed up just shy of the first down at the 27, and that will indeed end the third quarter. Bison get another defensive score in the third, and they lead it heading to the fourth, 14-0 here on North Metro TV.
After 3 quarters of play, your score.
Panthers marching with the football once again, but approaching that Buffalo red zone. Big 4th down right here. 4th and 1 from the Buffalo 27-yard line. Trailing by 2 touchdowns and needing a score right here. Turn and give to Litke. Litke dragging defenders inside the 25. Move the chains once more.
For the Panthers. Result of the play is another Panther.
9th rushing first down of the game for the Panthers, as they have it down at the 24-yard line after that gain of 3. And they go to work 1st and 10 from the 24. Talso to the first man through. And down Litke once more down to the 20-yard line. 12 carries, 38 hard-earned yards for Litke tonight. Now they're moving with a little more urgency. 2nd and 6 from the 20-yard line. Talso again gives it to Ogile this time, and Ogile falls forward to the 17. Just getting 3-4 yards a crack at it now.
That brings up 3rd down and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3. Panthers acting with a little more urgency. Inside the Buffalo red zone once more. Ogile, and they just know between the tackles that's what it's going to be. Defended well that time by Trent Radloff and Noah Carls. Not much on that give, and that makes it 4th and a couple rather. 4th and 2 from the 16. Obviously another big 4th down. Panthers using all 4 downs on this drive. They've already chewed up 1.5 minutes of clock in this 4th quarter. They need a score, a stop, and another score. On the option, Talso spins off tacklers and gets the first down. Had to have it, and Braden Talso got it down to the 13-yard line. He picked up 3 on that clever run. Now the Panthers, again, with an opportunity near the goal line. That will be just 1 for Nate Litke. And again, the fans wanting them to act with some expediency. 2nd and 8 from the 11. Tauso on the option, he'll keep it, and he'll fall forward down to the 10.
Also with the carry for the Panthers.
Pickup of just 1. Buffalo's defense has bent but not broken tonight. 2 defensive touchdowns in this contest, 3 turnovers forced. 3rd and 7 from the 10. And this time the Bison hang their heads as they've committed another neutral zone infraction. We'll await the official signal, but that's certainly what it looks like. Offside on the Bison. 4th penalty for 20 yards tonight for Buffalo, and that's such a big, as that makes it 3rd and 2 from the 5. Spring Lake Park will take it. Ojile, the lone setback. He gets the call, and he'll be near first down yardage. It'll depend on the spot.
Carry for the Panthers.
4th and inches, another 4th down. They've converted 2 on this drive already. Time continuing to tick away. 8:50 and counting left to go in the game. Ball on about the 3.5-yard line. Ojile gets the call on 4th down, leans forward, and he's got enough for the first down as they'll spot it at the 2. So that'll set up 1st and goal from the 2. Panthers need a touchdown on this drive.
Result of the play is another Panther.
Their 3rd 4th down conversion of the drive. As this has been the definition of methodical here from SLP. Tauso gives to Ojile, reaching for the goal line. Touchdown, Panthers! Nick Ojile's 6th rushing touchdown of the season, and they are an extra point away from making this a 7-point game. Panther faithful loving it. It's Braden Comer on to attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Braden Tauso. Comer boots it through for Spring Lake Park, and it's a 14-7 game as the Panthers absolutely needed that drive, and they needed it to end in points. Bison, to their credit, had, again, bent but not broken throughout this football game, turning two turnovers inside the red zone into points, as Spring Lake Park has not surrendered an offensive touchdown yet tonight. They still find themselves trailing 14-7 with 8:21 to go in the football game. What a comeback this would be if Spring Lake Park can manage it. Fielded at the 14-yard line, coming on out. Big pressure as Antonio Blewett is swarmed under. They'll give him the 20. That's where Buffalo will start, but the momentum squarely with the blue and white right now. Bill Hupp alongside my cameraman Jeremy Millington. 8:15 to go in this Section 6 Class 5A quarterfinal, and it's been a good one between the 6-seed Buffalo and the 3-seed Spring Lake Park. Bison come out with 4 receivers in the pattern. Evan Sefker standing at his own 15, takes the snap. He'll follow his lead blocker, and he is stacked up after a gain of maybe a yard out to the 21. Panthers defense know they need to get a 3-and-out or force a turnover. Want to obviously give their offense some time to work. To keep their season alive, a season which has been so successful. On the keeper, Sefker swarmed under and sacked. Back to the 20-yard line, he kept it And they swarmed the football. Freddie Anthony, Markel Taylor, and others making the stop. A big 3rd and 10 now at the 20. Panthers have all 3 timeouts. 7:15 and counting to go in this football game. Crowd roaring to life. Could have been a false start. Instead, they'll throw it, and it's incomplete. No penalty flags out there, so the Panthers get the 3 and out they needed, and Mikey Say trots out to the Buffalo 49 to receive this punt. Spring Lake Park will get the football back, or should, with 7:01 left. Plenty of time. Carter Jackson takes the punt and he boots it away. It'll bound at the 45, and Say will field it and run out of bounds at about midfield. So that's where Spring Lake Park will take over, technically at their 49-yard line with 6:52 left, trailing by 7. Here we go. Panthers, in case you're just joining us, have been moving the football well all game, but they have turned it over 3 times inside the Buffalo red zone, 2 fumbles inside their Bison 5. And the Bison have converted those into 2 defensive touchdowns. So Talso on first down gives to Litke, and he is swarmed under and tackled in the backfield. Great job by Matthew Henson and Trenton Randloff to force the senior tailback. It's a loss of 1 back to the 48. Give up the middle, big hole. Braden Comer down near first down yardage inside Buffalo territory to the 43.
Giddings with the tackle for the Bison.
Giddings makes the stop, but not before a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 2. Another give up the gut, first down yardage. They've got to take care of the football as Comer totes it again for 3. He's got 10 carries for 42 yards. Spot him down at the 39-yard line, 5:50 and counting to go, 4th quarter. Clausen and Comer still in there. This time it's Clausen on the carry, and he backs his way down near the 35, and spot him down at the 36, so a pickup of 3. He's actually had the most productive day, 6 carries for 39 yards. I think that 37 yards. Panthers on the move as Comer gets the carry and goes for a yard down to the 35. It'll make it 3rd and 6 from the 35. Ogile and Litke trotting back onto the field. And you just feel like Spring Lake Park might pop a pass on one of these on play action. They're setting that up by featuring the run so heavily. They're always good for when you least expect it. Ogile gets the call on 3rd down, and he's driven back. Play of the game right here. Herbst in on the stop. See if Spring Lake Park, yep, they will use their first timeout. 4th and 6 coming up from the 35 of Buffalo. 4:36 to go in the game. Obviously a huge down right here. This is basically the football game. If they get stopped, might be hard for them to get the ball back in time to march down the field. Really needed to pick up yardage on that 3rd down call, and Now 4th and 6. Time for John Stewart to drop his best play. To keep the drive moving right here. Clausen, the lone setback. Talso back to pass, throws a pass, and it's caught by C. Mikey Say right at the sticks. And he got the first down. He needed 7, he got 7. Spot him down at the 28-yard line, move the chains. Just the second passing first down picked up. A nice little simple play, and Mikey Say makes the catch. Movement up front for Spring Lake Park. Didn't look like their guys were set offensively, so they pick up the first down, but then they get a penalty. 2 penalties for 17 yards today, so it's been a cleanly played game from that standpoint for Spring Lake Park, but they have turned the football over 3 times. This moves them back to the 33-yard line. 1st and 15 from the 33, 4:05 and counting left to go in the game. Panthers driving, trailing by 7. Talso keeps it around right end, crashes through Antonio, blew it down to the 25. Nice little pickup of 8 on first down. Talso's not the biggest player you've ever seen, but he runs with a physicality. 12 carries, 64 yards on the night for him. This time gives to Litke, hops through a hole and falls forward across inside the 22. Give him 3.5 on that carry. They need to reach the 19.
Litke with the carry for the Panthers.
Litke down at the 22. Litke's the lone setback, and you've got another neutral zone infraction on Buffalo. Their defensive line is killing them tonight with penalties. 3rd neutral zone infraction, 3rd offside of the night, and 5th penalty overall, 5 for 25 for the Bison. More importantly, that gives the Panthers a first down, spotted at the 17. 2:55 and counting left to go, 4th quarter. Talso, play fake, wants to go to the end zone, and it's just out of the reach, and they're fortunate Antonio Blewett didn't pick that off. Aaron Clausen twisting in the end zone, couldn't find it. That stops the clock with 2:47 to go. 2nd and 10 from the 17. We told you they were probably going to go to the air at some point, but Antonio Blewett, one of the best cornerbacks in the state, had that covered all the way. Litke in there as the lone tailback. He'll get the call on 2nd down, charging ahead. The ball's out again, but they're going to say it was down. And he was down at the 15-yard line, so just a gain of 2. Carries 46 yards tonight for Litke. Football's at the 15-yard line of the Bison. 3rd and 8 with 2:16 and counting to go. Talso 3-step drop, but a timeout, I believe, has been taken by Buffalo.
Timeout, Buffalo.
So Buffalo takes a timeout with a 7-point lead and 2:09 remaining 4th quarter. Their defense with a 3rd and 8 at their own 15. Trying to turn away SLP for a 4th time tonight in the red zone. The winner of this game plays at number 2 Park Center on Saturday at 1 p.m. in Brooklyn Park. winner of that game could go on to face top seed Rogers in the section final, but a lot of football still to be played. Third and 8 from the 15. 2 down territory for Spring Lake Park. Probably a good timeout taken by Buffalo. Talso gives to Litke. Nope, he's going to keep it himself, beg your pardon. Talso follows his blockers down near the 10. Pickup of 4. And now Spring Lake Park wants to take another timeout ahead of another big 4th down. They've already converted twice on this drive. They converted 3 times on 4th down on the last drive. On their first touchdown drive, they took over the football late 3rd quarter. He entered the 4th quarter trailing 14-0. Again, if you're just joining us, Buffalo has done next to nothing offensively tonight without their leading tailback. Their 2 touchdowns have come on the defensive side of the football. And that's how the Panthers find themselves trailing by a touchdown with 1:59 to go, 4th quarter. And another critical 4th down. Buffalo's defense has risen to the occasion when they've needed to tonight. The Panthers making their fans sweat. 4th and 4 coming up. Football's at the 11 of the Bison. Ogile and Litke in the backfield with Talso under center. Talso tries the hard count, now looks to the sideline. Talso takes, gives to the first man through, and he's going to be stopped, I believe, short. Buffalo thinks they've stopped him short. And depending on the spot, Ogile comes up a yard short on 4th down. It's Buffalo football. And the Bison look like they're going to come on the road and pull the first round upset here at Panther Stadium. Oh, heartbreaking for SLP. Nick Ogile on 4th and 4 got 3. They stopped him about a half-yard short of the 7. So the Bison take over with it 1st and 10, 1:53 left. Of course, Spring Lake Park has all 3 of its time, has 2 of its, nope. Let's just try that again. They have 1 timeout remaining. Bison have 2. Crowd here at Panther Stadium stunned. Panthers can obviously stop it once, but they're going to charge ahead. The old safe play as Evan Sefker gets it across the 10 out to the 11. We said this Buffalo team coming in was better than its 2-6 record would indicate. But certainly teams have scored on them this year. They've given up at least 21 points in all 8 of its games this season, but the defense came to play tonight. Big turnovers at the right times. Pretty stunning to see them hold Spring Lake Park's offense in check. 1:10 left, Sefker straight up the gut. Spring Lake Park has not used its timeout yet, and now I think they may. Sefker stopped at the 14-yard line. They could just be waiting until they, because Sefker will probably just go up the middle again. Spring Lake Park has not used its timeout. We are 45 seconds left. Buffalo, if they don't get a first down here, will have to punt the ball away, and the clock will stop on that change of possession. How much time will be left remains to be seen. Obviously, the Bison taking as much time as they can. It looks like they'll probably take a timeout before they get a penalty. And indeed, their timeout stops the clock with 22.2 seconds left.
Timeout, Buffalo.
And if the Panthers can't come back, if they don't get the ball back and can't erase this deficit, it would be a bitter end to what has been a really successful season. Otherwise, 6-2 on the year. Wins over Cretan-Derham Hall and Benilde St. Margaret, Matamidi. Every win seemingly a blowout win. It would see the end of careers like Nick Ogile and Nate Litke and Braden Comer, Aaron Clausen, some guys who have had careers in the blue and white. Still 22 seconds left, so you never know. But the Panthers trail it by 7 with third down coming up for Buffalo. Sefker turns, pitches it wide. Wow, really loose with it is the sophomore tailback. Radloff stopped at the 17-yard line. He was holding that thing like a loaf of bread. You could hear the crowd urging them to get the football. Spring Lake Park uses its last timeout with 14.4 seconds left, trailing by 7, and now I think you draw up the best punt block you've got and try to make a special teams play of your own. Panthers have a strip and score by Owen Herbst, and in the second half, a pick 6 by Carson Giddens, and that's the difference in the game. So they're drawing up something in the huddle with maybe a play or two left in this football game. We'll see how Buffalo wants to play it. They may just try to take a knee and run things out, and it looks like that is going to be the case. Spring Lake Park, all kinds of confusion. Sefker barking out instructions at the line. Now he'll go under center. Now Buffalo will take a timeout of their own. So both teams exhausting their use of timeouts. Neither team has a timeout left. 14-7 our score. 14.4 seconds remaining in the game. Spring Lake Park's season on the brink. Panthers fumbled it away at their own 2-yard line, fumbled it away at the Panthers fumbled it away at the Bison 2 and the Bison 5. Threw an interception inside the red zone as well that was returned for a touchdown. That's the difference in the football game. Nothing their defense did. Bison simply made more plays tonight. Sefker out in the shotgun. Snap, rolls back. He's going to run back to his own end zone. A couple penalty flags fly. He's chased. He's trying to just run out the clock, and he will take the safety ultimately. Flags are down on the field. I'm not sure that's going to change anything. Sefker ultimately does the smart thing and takes the safety to make it 14-9. But it leaves just 3.3 seconds left on the clock. Now the refs consulting. And I wonder if you're the Spring Lake Park coaching staff, if you can make them redo the down, or nope, declined. It is a safety. So they'll have basically one play, and surely we'll see the old Cal Stanford pitch it around rugby style, trying to get it in the end zone. 14-9 our score in what has been a weird game tonight here at Panther Stadium. Just one offensive touchdown. We've had a safety, we've had a pick six, and we've had a strip and score. So three of the four scores here tonight of the non-touchdown variety. This is where having a communication system with the ref would be very helpful. But ultimately, it's 14-9. Buffalo still sorting things out. And sort of a choppy game in the second half, especially, as each team has used its supply of timeouts. Buffalo will kick it from their 20. They'll kick it from their own 20. Both teams look like they're still sort of sorting out what's happening, running players on and off, all kinds of confusion. Now we've got 11 on 11. 3.3 seconds left. They'll squib it, fall on it. No time comes off the clock. So a Hail Mary now for the game. Braden Talso hopes he's got 40 yards in him. Obviously, a hook and ladder is a possibility. Spring Lake Park takes over at the Buffalo 40-yard line. One play left. 3.3 seconds to go. 14-9 our score. Ogile in there to block in the backfield. Three-step drop, back to pass, Talso, rainbows the right side, intercepted, and that'll do it. Antonio Blewett takes a knee, Buffalo celebrates, and it's fitting that this football game would end on a turnover. Those hurt Spring Lake Park all game long. They throw two picks, fumble it twice inside the 5 of Buffalo, and the Bison use a stingy and opportunistic defense to come on the road and pull the upset here tonight at Panther Stadium. 14-9 the final score. Bison move on in the playoffs. 14-9 the final score, as the Bison will go to play Park Center on Saturday afternoon in Brooklyn Park. Ultimately, Spring Lake Park moved the football, but just could not cash it in and convert the good field position and ball movement into points, and that's what did the Panthers in. But that'll do it for us here tonight at Panther Stadium. For my cameraman, Jeremy Millington, I'm Bill Hupp saying good night from Spring Lake Park. Panthers fall in a tough one to Buffalo in the playoffs by a final of 14-9. You've been watching high school football on North Metro TV.